The year is 701 BC. The Assyrian war machine, the most brutal, unstoppable force the ancient world has ever known, stands at the gates of Jerusalem. Their banners stretch to the horizon. Their siege towers loom like giants. They have already crushed 46 fortified cities across Judah, leaving nothing but ash and bones in their wake. Inside the walls, mothers pull their children close. Soldiers grip spears with trembling hands. Everyone knows the stories of Assyrian cruelty. Cities skinned alive, populations marched into exile, kings forced to watch their sons executed before their own eyes are put out. And now a message has arrived from Sennacherib himself. King Hezekiah breaks the seal. His eyes move across the text, and with each line, the words cut deeper. Do not let your God in whom you trust deceive you by saying, Jerusalem will not fall. You have heard what the kings of Assyria have done. They have destroyed nation after nation, and you think you'll be spared? It isn't just a military threat. It's blasphemy. Sennacherib mocks the living God, comparing him to the powerless idols of conquered peoples, wood and stone that could not save their worshippers. Hezekiah feels the weight crushing down. He's tried everything: tribute, fortifications, alliances. Nothing has worked. The most powerful king on earth stands outside his gates, and inside, Hezekiah stands alone with a choice: surrender or pray. He doesn't call a war council. He doesn't negotiate. Instead, Hezekiah tears his royal robes, wraps himself in sackcloth, and walks to the house of the Lord. And here, in the presence of God, he does something extraordinary. He takes that blasphemous letter, still reeking of Assyrian arrogance, and he spreads it out, literally, on the ground before the altar, as if to say, Lord, you read this. You see what they're saying about you. And then he prays, O Lord, the God of Israel, enthroned between the cherubim, you alone are God over all the kingdoms of the earth. You made the heavens and the earth. Give ear, Lord, and hear. Open your eyes, Lord, and see. Listen to the words that Sennacherib has sent to insult the living God. It is true, Lord, that the Assyrian kings have laid waste these nations and their lands. They have thrown their gods into the fire and destroyed them, for they were not gods, but only wood and stone, fashioned by human hands. Now, Lord our God, deliver us from his hand, so that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that you alone, Lord, are God. No eloquence, no bargaining, just raw, desperate faith. A king stripped of everything but trust, laying the impossible at the feet of the impossible maker. That same night, the word of the Lord comes to the prophet Isaiah. I have heard your prayer concerning Sennacherib. And God's answer isn't comfort. It's a declaration of war. Not Judah's war, God's war. Because you rage against me, and your arrogance has reached my ears, I will put my hook in your nose and my bit in your mouth, and I will make you return by the way you came. This very night, the angel of the Lord will go out and strike down 185,000 in the Assyrian camp. When the sun rises over Jerusalem, the impossible has happened. The vast Assyrian camp, so terrifying just hours before, lies silent, empty, broken. Not a single Assyrian soldier remains standing. Sennacherib, The king who mocked the Almighty flees for his life. He will never threaten Jerusalem again. He will die by the sword in his own temple, at the hands of his own sons, just as God declared. And Hezekiah? He returns to the temple, not in desperation this time, but in worship. The letter that threatened destruction now lies crumpled and irrelevant. The God who heard his prayer has spoken. Sometimes the battle isn't won by strength, strategy, or diplomacy. Sometimes it's won on your knees with a desperate prayer and a God who hears. Subscribe for more Bible stories that bring Scripture to life, because these aren't just ancient tales, they're living truth for today.